Yo, what's happening? Wanted to catch up on this news that has been coming out here, recently coming through boxing scene. So the trainer and the manager of Saul Canelo Alvarez, Mr. Eddy Reynoso, says that Canelo Alvarez will be back in the ring February 27th, and he will fight Avni Yildirim. Avni Yildirim is the WBC mandatory challenger there at super middleweight. And you had Canelo Alvarez get the vacant WBC super middleweight championship with his defeat of Callum Smith, in the previous week, last Saturday. So the plan is to have Canelo Alvarez have his fight against Avni Yildirim in Guadalajara, Mexico on February 27th. He wanted to have a homecoming fight, being a world champion, and this is how he's going to do it. This had been posted pretty much within the hour and a half here, as the trainer there, Eddy Reynoso, said that Avni Yildirim is the next opponent for Canelo due to the WBC mandatory protocol. Yildirim is a very good fighter and is willing to fight the best. If Yildirim is able to do it, we're willing to do it too. So why not, right? That is what Eddy Reynoso said. Coming off of the fight last Saturday and the reports that were coming out in the days following that, Canelo seemed like he was, fairly happy or very happy about how the event against Callum Smith went down, and that, he would want to work with, maybe Eddie Hearn there for, a couple more fights. So this seems like that may be the case. But they wanted to go ahead with this fight against Avni Yildirim at the end of February, and then going after that particular fight, if he's able to get the win and all things are good, then he'll turn right around and fight again on Cinco de Mayo weekend. Now, it says as a follow-up that the three opponents who were considered for those 2 dates, Cinco de Mayo and Mexican Independence Day, May and September, are Caleb Plant, Billy Joe Saunders, and Gennady Golovkin. That's what Eddy Reynoso said. And he also said that in reference to Gennady Golovkin, that fight would have to take place at 168 pounds. It better be the full 168 pounds, man. We ain't gonna have, if y'all gonna even go ahead with that dadgum Golovkin fight, it gotta be at full 168. God damn it. We ain't gonna have that joint at no 160, man. Bump all that. We ain't gonna have it at no catch weight, no 164, like, we're talking about with Golovkin Award. Screw it, man. Listen, full 168, right? But now, in reference to this fight between Canelo and Yildirim, you're going to have it there in Guadalajara, Mexico. And, with Alvarez being a, promotional network free agent, we'll see how his next moves will be from this point forward. And that, they want to have this fight against Yildirim, either in the Los Charros Baseball Stadium or Estadio Jalisco over there in Guadalajara, Mexico. So it's going to be a pretty good event, or a pretty big event there in Mexico, and that you might see Canelo Alvarez, going up against, the likes of a Caleb Plant or Billy Joe Saunders after that fight. But I think with, those two fights there with Caleb Plant and Billy Joe Saunders being champions there, with Plant as an IBF champion and him having a fight at the end of January coming up. And you have Billy Joe Saunders, the WBO champion, who did, fight earlier this month, and have his successful defense of that WBO super middleweight title. Then so that kind of like means that you're gonna have this thing to the point where you could have Billy Joe Saunders there, as the WBO champion that could end up facing Canelo Alvarez in May of 2021. Because remember, he was announced as the opponent for Canelo Alvarez for May of 2020 before the whole lockdown happened and it couldn't go down in Las Vegas. So he's sitting there waiting, saying that, hey, I should be the one that should get that fight back. I want that makeup fight back. But in the meantime, you got Canelo Alvarez. He's going up against Avni Yildirim in Guadalajara, Mexico at the end of February. So we're going to be watching out for any additional news coming from this particular bout. Be sure to subscribe to the Boxing Source here on YouTube, and we may be talking about this a little bit more on the Boxing Source podcast. That's going to be Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Until next time, folks, I am out. Peace, folks. Yeah.